For as long as I can remember, back around 2010 to 2012, I have been fascinated, curious, and lusting for a virtual reality headset, or VR headset. At first, and I am talking about the 2010s, the first products weren't all that brilliant. They came with their own lieu of problems, such as tracking, headset weight, and other things. Not to mention that it was all bloody expensive. Leaving that aside, I've always wanted to purchase one but could not afford it. Years passed and VR tech improved gradually and is still improving. And if I'm not mistaken, just this week Vive announced a new VR headset and it's going to cost $1,400. Now I'm no senator's son and I doubt you are too watching this, but who can afford that? So VR tech is still ongoing and there are more things to improve, but what are those things? Off of the top of my head, I could tell you depth perception would be a thing, clarity would be another, and even the weight of its own headset. But as of this week, I am the proud owner of my own VR headset, and that is the Oculus Rift S. This is the budget headset that isn't all that expensive and still does a more than decent job. However, this is someone who hasn't tried the Vive or the Valve Index, and his only contact with VR was a headset for mobile and playing War of Airplanes or whatever in a mall in Bucharest with full rotary chair. You know, the one that moves in accordance with the physics of the plane when tilting, nosediving, going up, etc. And I always wanted to play one game. One specific game you all know that I'm talking about. However, when trying to run the game, it has its own performance problems.
No, it does not. Oh, wait, but I'm still in. I'm outside the. I'm outside the play area. I'm out. Shit. Okay, so far so good. I think it's moving proper, isn't it? A little bit. No, it's glitching. It's glitching the hell out.
See, my rig isn't all that much to brag about and it cannot be upgraded any further. To fully enjoy the ultra quality, even in normal gaming, I have to construct a new PC gaming. However, having purchased the Oculus Rift S and due to recent events, the price skyrocketed for GPUs and they might skyrocket for any hard disk drives or SSD drive. So the Oculus in this PC is all that I have. And Alex is the jewel of the crown in VR, don't get me wrong. I can still play it locally without recording it, but if I exit the game and go back in it after some time, it moves as jittery as the 7.9 earthquake in 1977 Bucharest. I am managing to play it, but at this point in time, I'm not sure if I will ever be able to review it without footage of the game. One thing you are going to have to trust my word on this. Alex is a beautiful game. That out of the way, I took a look at the marketplace for VR games and there are plenty to choose from. But before we get to my second VR play game, the first one being Beat Saber of course, we should speak a little about the Oculus Rift S for those that do not know about it. The Oculus Rift S is the latest in the Oculus line, or next to latest. It got rid of the base stations that you need for tracking your body, which means that you don't have full body tracking. I knew this when purchasing it, but someone else might think that they do have it. And it isn't bad at all. Most of the VR titles I have seen are with a, let's say, classic control scheme. We'll get to that in a moment. The main part is the headset. It only has two cables, one DisplayPort HDMI and one USB cable. It is recommended to use a USB 3.0 port, however, you can use a USB 2.0 just as well. When you put on the headset, you can definitely feel the weight. It is not super heavy, but you feel it there, how could you not? And if you are not careful about selecting your play area, the cables might interfere with your gameplay or turning if you don't improvise something to suspend it. Like on a ceiling. No joke, I've read that in forums, and it's a pretty good do-it-yourself advice. Or you could just break your neck by tripping over the cable while some zombos go nom nom nomming on you. At first, that does not bother me because I wasn't that active. I mostly stood in one place and flicked my wrists for the necessaries, but when the activity got to be overwhelming, the cable would feel its presence. Next up we have two controllers, Oculus Touch Now these look weird, but once you have one in your hand, you'll quickly get the grip of it. You have 2 trigger buttons, 2 AB and XY buttons, and a menu button for each controller. Also comes with straps, and these are very helpful. At one point I feared I might break my controllers because I was not aware of my surroundings and kept bumping into things.
Hold on. Hold on, man. Okay. Hold on, dude. I dropped the mic. Yep. I didn't see where I was, and I dropped the mic. I hit it somehow.
The headset comes with 2 AA batteries for the controllers, 1 for each. You can use them to run the Oculus setup from the manufacturer, and the introduction and tutorial on how to use it does a very good job teaching you the basics. And then afterwards, just toss those batteries out because they're going to go bad in about 2 days if you're lucky. Depends how much you play. Best thing about all VR games is that yes, you can play them while sitting. You don't have to stand. Most VR games have the option to tell it that you are standing or sitting. Sitting, you will conserve your stamina, whereas standing will drain it faster than the Wall Street crash, especially if you are used to sitting. But after 2 or 3 days of standing, you get used to it. Yes, there are sore pains, sore muscles, sore feet, but you do get used to it. And you cannot see yourself playing without standing. It is the most immersive option for you. And now it is time for one of my first experiences in VR, and that is... But first, before we get into the first VR game, this video is brought to you by My Wallet. My Wallet is very important to have. It holds your cards, your ID, and your money. Speaking of which, let's see how I am with the money.
Just like my dreams and my wishes and my passion, it is empty. All because I live in this region of the world where no one gives a shit. Anyone can do whatever they want. It's a safe haven for a Santa Blanca cartel type, and authorities don't give a fuck.
Enjoy the video! This game was described as a railway shooter, however I cannot find out where it said that, where I read that. I distinctly remember reading that it's a railway shooter, which couldn't be further from the truth. See, in this game you don't move at all. And that's why I think it's a second best choice to see what VR can do and to get used to the mechanics of it, such as turning and aiming. It also borrowed at a glance gameplay elements from Alex, but I will get on that. As soon as you boot it up, you are in the metro or subway. You are presented with the main menu just before seeing something lurking ahead of you. You can start the game and there are 4 difficulties, with a training on the lower right. Normally on your first run, training is selected for you automatically, but you can switch it off if you are brave enough to face the horde with no knowledge of your greatest weapons. Your fists. Yes, in this game you can use your fists and punch zombies so hard that their melons explode. It is the most satisfying thing in the game for me. At one point, shooting them is a pain in the neck. The game itself isn't very long, so I do not have much to discuss here. In the training, you are presented with your fists as weapons right at the start. After that, it teaches you about your 2 other weapons. The gun, located on your right side on the belt with ammo on the left side. You grab your gun just by taking your hand to your waist, right side, and push the lower trigger button and keep it pressed to keep the gun in your hand. You shoot with your upper trigger button. You reload by grabbing an ammo cartridge from your left waist side and taking it to the gun. The mechanics of this are easy because you do not have a safety or do you need to cock the gun. You just load it and fire. Then you are presented with the pump action shotgun. And this is my second favorite thing about this game. Cocking the pump action shotgun. It is entirely satisfying. The shotgun ammo is located on the left side again. If you look down, you can see a belt with shotgun shell. And then you are told that zombies can come from anywhere around you. And that's about it. You start the game by shooting the padlock and seeing a zombie come at you, fade to black, fade back in, and you are in the metro. So you start the game and a guy is screaming for help.
Help! He's behind me!
Comes out of a train car with a zombie hot on his tail and kills him. You cannot save the dude, it is scripted, and the zombie is bulletproof until he comes for you. After that, here we go. The goal is to survive until the end. You have zombies coming slow or fast after you from all directions. The headset does a beautiful job here of exposing directional sound. I could hear the zombies coming from behind, to my right or left. In a rare case, I killed a zombie using just sound and not looking while aiming. You know, the badass stuff you want to try. Zombies, however, are only wave 1. As you survive, and at this point, spoilers I guess, the game is only around 30 minutes or less though. The zombies crash a gate, and a large one with several other normal ones come at you. You can shoot them and exert yourself, or you can just watch the show unfold.
Friend or foe? Friend or foe?
Sir, we have survivors here. Lower your weapons.
Friendlies? How you doing?
Don't worry.
Who these guys are is anybody's guess. They look like the army and are aware of what is happening, a multi-species virus that turns dead things back to life. And then two go to turn the power on to the subway so they can get out of the city while you sit with the other two soldiers.
Hey, my eyes are not up here, they're here. Hello? Eh? Yeah? Whoa!
We're professionals.
Whoa!
What the fuck was that?
For a very short time. Now at my first playthrough, I did not get to hear a very essential part about Wave 2 from those two soldiers. Due to the fact I was distracted, or my head hurt, or I was exhausted, I don't even remember.
He's got a point.
Man.
Yeah, dude, don't. Have you never watched a horror movie? This is how they get ya.
Wow, check this out. Look at this thing. Looks blind.
What the fuck is this? It's fucking disgusting.
Guys, come back.
Lower your lights.
Damn it, guys, I told you not to go there.
These freaks are tall, slender, they move slow, they look blind, but they react very violently to light. Shine your flashlight attached to your gun and they speed up faster than a meth cocaine addict who just got a shot of adrenaline. You could try to take them out with your gun as they come, but they take a big chunk of health when they bite you. My advice, and the way the devs seem to intend, was for you to equip your pump action shotgun, let them come close, and it works. It just works. After surviving snail wave after snail wave, the lights turned on. The last guy that was coming towards you runs away panicked. Then this happens.
No, don't make me do that. Damn it. Bloody zombies, they took out my homies. Alright, here we go. Told you to stay here. Alright, let's go. Come on. I told you to stay here.
A tragedy to be sure, but right after that, this happened.
This is not what it looked like. This is not what it looks like. Whoa! Gonna need something bigger. Whoa!
Welcome to Wave 3. If you have arachnophobia, I do not recommend this. Although it does not look all that real, I had goosebumps first time seeing them. I got used to them as I played a second time, but these buggers are nasty. Not only do they draw baby spiders if you shoot the sack, and how could you not shoot it? I mean, look at that, it demands action. However, I believe that the goal here is to go for the head. Your gun is the best option because they evade you from left to right like Scarface dodging the IRS. You keep fighting a number of them. I never counted all of them. And then they stop. You hear a rumble above you. You turn towards the opening where they came from and... Boss battle. Big Mama. Wave 4. The goal here is to just shoot her in the head as many times as possible. You can use the shotgun if you dare it. However, you do not have a lot of time. About 4 or 5 stomps from her and you are dead. You lose a life and you have to restart again. When you lose a life, you restart the same level from where you were. If it happens during a boss battle, you just get prompted back, you just respawn, come back alive in front of the boss, and get back to work. There is no gimmick to her. There is no way to evade her. Not that I know of. So you keep fighting her until she dies. It doesn't take a lot. Finally, you survived a horde of zombies, a horde of slender zombies, messed up spiders, and the Big Mama herself. Game over.
Uh-oh.
Of course it's not over. This Greta Witch looking individual is the toughest one, and I can only imagine how it is on higher difficulties. And her or its introduction is absolutely the best. Not the fact that she crawled out of Big Mama, but because of this. During the whole game, nothing took advantage of that. If it wasn't for Greta here, I would have never noticed that hole above me. You'll see right away that it has 2 weak points. You have to keep shooting them, and this is the most important time to have worked on your aim, because if you do not aim properly, you'll be used to seeing a lot of this. After you hammer her on those weak points, you get a third weak point. Shoot it and lo and behold, it goes to its second stage. You have to keep shooting it in the head. However, when it displays pain that it got hurt because of your incessant shooting, stop shooting. Let it come back to normal and attack you, then shoot. Otherwise, you will have my misfortune of shooting it while it was playing an animation and thus that damage was not taken account for. And then you will eventually die. After you are done shooting it in the head, it crawls close to the tracks and you are presented with another weak point. Fail to shoot it and you have to do all of the previous all over again. And this thing is tough. It also evades just as its sibling spiders, and it can be quite frustrating to get a hit. But does it feel good when you do? If you time it right and got good aim and you shoot it in the back, wonderful. And that was Propagation VR, or at least on normal. The challenge awaits every new player on the rest of the difficulty settings. Do I recommend it? Yes, I do, especially that it's free. You can find it on Steam, on the link below. Go ahead and try it if you own a VR headset, or if you will get a VR headset sometime in the future. Put this on your wish list, or just add it to your library since it's free anyway. I will be back with another title in VR. The VR marketplace is big, it's immense, it's huge, but that does not mean that every game is up to par or great. The real challenge is finding that diamond in the rough. So, if you have any title in VR that you wish me to experience, drop me down a comment below, because I do not know many VR games. Propagation VR, I found it accidentally. I just browsed free VR titles on Steam because I had already purchased Alex when I searched for VR titles and didn't have enough money. And I was like, okay, Propagation VR, ooh, that's cool. I'm gonna play it. And I was very, very surprised. I just noticed that I did not talk about the thing that Propagation VR borrowed from Half-Life Alyx, and I believe that is the gun mechanics. Alyx has a similar inventory gun management system. Besides getting the gun, it has the same putting ammo in your back and getting ammo from your back to reload your gun. So I see that it's very similar. So Alyx might have had an influence on it, or the game developers had inspiration, and it's just a coincidence that it resembles gameplay-wise, shooting-wise, it resembles Half-Life Alyx. But I am way too late, going to be honest with you guys. I'm just way too lazy to search that up right now. So, thank you for watching. Please drop a comment below, like this video, share it, and consider subscribing. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care now.